Hi friends, Tessa here, the Artful Colors. Welcome back to my coloring corner. Today I'm doing part 3 of the coloring with Faber Castell Polychromos colored pencils. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about how I shaded these leaves. And the leaves on these ones, I kind of wanted to make them look like a tropical those big giant tropical multicolored leaves on plants. I'm not sure. I'm not a big plant person, so I'm not sure what plant that would be from, but I wanted you guys to see how I went from this dark green to this kind of like nice yellow. So it goes from a dark green to an orange to this really cool yellow at the tip of the leaf, and I wanted you guys to see this in real time just like the other series, and I wanted you guys to see how I color this. And I want you guys to understand that these little step-by-step kind of tips and thoughts on what I'm doing is my way of doing something. It doesn't mean that that's how you have to do it. You might be able to say, hey, I like that, but I want to do it and make a twist on the style. Because I've noticed that some of these coloring tutorials, people are like, I have to color this way and I have to do it this way. And I am under the impression, and I have been mentioning this over the last couple of videos of mine, that art in adult coloring does not have to be anything in anybody's way. It's interesting how you have to get stuck in, oh, that's not proportional, or that's not in perspective, or understanding that, yeah, okay, it may not be technically perfect, but you know what? That non-technically perfect thing is beautiful in itself. And, try it and go for it. And that's all I say, I've been saying this for years. Relax, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and do that a couple times and say, hey, it's just coloring. It's not, we're not building a rocket, we're not trying to solve world peace, we're not trying to fix the government. We are just coloring, and we are taking our time. And you know what, I have to say, I want to also talk to you guys a little bit about, I know I'm a little scattered, but I want to say this. I am a slow colorer. I color super slow. Ever since I started coloring, I was alright. I was pretty fast, but then when I started learning all these new fancy techniques, and then learning, hey, I could shade here. Oh, hey, I could add this little element or this little kind of detail this way. And it starts to get to the point where I am so slow that it could take me weeks to finish one little piece. Where, like, some people, they finish them in a day, or they have the stamina, or they can sit for 8 hours and color something. I can't sit for 8 hours. You're talking to somebody who is a mom. You're also talking to somebody who is ADD. I was diagnosed when I was in the 3rd grade, and that was back in the 80s. That, that was like 87, 88 that I got diagnosed. And I have to say, so I can't sit as an adult at 40. It's really tough for me to sit down. And so, back to my original point. My original point was, if it takes you 2 weeks, 2 days, 5 hours, 20 hours to color something, and you want to sit for the 20 hours that it takes you to color it, go for it. But I want the people out there who are slow colorers and that don't color so fast not to get intimidated, and not to say, hey, well, they did that yesterday, I can't do that, so I'm not going to even try. BS, I'm calling you out. Be slow, take your time, don't worry about what other people are doing, just relax. Like I said, take a breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, and Just say, hey, it's just coloring. I know that some people are going to argue and say, hey, no, this is my therapy. This is how I mentally recharge my batteries. This is how, this is my stress release. I understand it. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, it is just coloring. And you know what? We are not going to solve world hunger with coloring. I don't believe that. And if you guys disagree with me, then don't watch my shows. I'm sorry. But, so right now I've been layering a couple different layers of orange. And I've kind of skipped over and showed you guys each little step. I forgot to show you the beginning of adding the basic green to my piece. But, yeah, so I added a little orange, and then you can notice that I'm starting to add more orange to the leaf because I thought when I first did the couple leaves, they had too much yellow. And that's okay. We can change it up halfway through. And halfway through when I'm coloring something, I say I want to do this. And then I'm not sure how I'm going to do the technique. And then all of a sudden the art zone flows. And I change my technique halfway through, but I still get the same result. Or I change the way I manipulate the materials like the colored pencils or the markers. And I kind of hone in and go, oh, this works for me. And then I kind of relax. I get into that zone. And I let the colored pencils bounce across the page. I don't know why it is that it takes me so long to get into that mindset. Some people, they sit down to color, and they're able to kind of zone out, put some music on, or put a show on, grab a cup of coffee, and they're able to get into that zone within 30 seconds. For me, I can't help it. Even when I sit down to do my voiceovers for these videos, it takes me, you might see or might hear how in the beginning of my video, I'm kind of all over the place. And yeah, I am pretty much all over the place anyways, because I have a lot going on in my brain, and I want to go here and I want to tell you this, but it does take me a little bit of time to relax and let the thoughts in my head kind of flow, and so I just want you guys to understand that getting into that coloring mindset also is something that takes me a while. So the key things in this tips and thoughts video for you guys, I'm talking about being a slow colorist. You don't have to be fast, but if you are fast, hey, more things, good for you. You can color more things. But if you're slow, don't worry about it. You just color less, and you just have more coloring to color in the future. You gotta look at it, all the positives, and not dwell on the negatives. And also, the other thing is getting into the art zone, the art kind of zen mind. I have this trick. I use it to fall asleep, but maybe we can use it to get into the art zone of breathing. I do 4 breathes in, 4 seconds, so I go, and I hold that for 7 seconds, and then I let it out for 8 seconds. So, take a moment and let's do that. 4 seconds. See? Now don't you feel a little bit more relaxed and ready to tackle the day? I do. And when I do stuff like that, I feel like I have to whisper and talk slower and talk calmer. And maybe that's just me. But taking that deep breath and that moment to step out and relax does help. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to go and relax and take a sip of my coffee that I have over here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will let you guys watch the last little like 3 minutes of me coloring. I'm now just blending out the colors with some of the White Spirit, the Winsor&Newton White Spirit that I like to use, the solvent. And I'm going to put some music so you guys can be kind of relaxed and let what I'm doing kind of bring you to the thing, to your art zone or your art mind. And I hope this video has inspired you guys to color. And yeah, so I'm Tessa, the Artful Colorist. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to stay colorful. See you guys next time.